No matter how pure a player's intentions, controversies always seem to find a way into the story. Such was the case with AndersJärryd, a talented and respected player known for his skill and sportsmanship. But his reputation took a sudden hit when he agreed to play in a tournament sponsored by a tobacco company. For some fans, this decision felt like a betrayal. They'd seen Järryd as someone who played for the love of the game, not for corporate interests. But before we move on any further, make sure to subscribe. Back in 1995, the Hong Kong Open found itself in hot water, not for the matches or the players' performances, but for its sponsorship. The tournament was backed by a tobacco company, and this didn't sit well with a lot of people. Tennis is a sport watched by millions, including young fans who look up to the players and follow the tournaments closely. For many, the idea of promoting smoking, even indirectly, went against everything that sports should represent. People started questioning how a prestigious tournament could be tied to a product known to harm health. AndersJärryd wasn't directly involved in the 1995 event, but his name got pulled into the conversation because he'd won the Hong Kong Open doubles title a few years earlier, in 1991. Fans remembered that victory and began to connect Järryd, a player known for his clean image, to the controversy. Even though he wasn't part of the sponsorship decision, people began asking, what does it mean when a player's achievements are linked to a tournament that promotes something so harmful? The controversy stirred up big debates about the role of sponsorship in sports. Critics argued that a tournament funded by a tobacco company could send the wrong message, especially to young people who might see smoking as something cool or glamorous because it was connected to their favorite players in tournaments. For many, this felt like a conflict between the values of health and the realities of commercial sponsorship. For Järryd, this was an uncomfortable association. He'd put in the hard work, fought for his victories, and built a reputation as a dedicated, disciplined player. Now he found his name linked to something far outside his control. This one sponsorship decision left a lasting impression, reminding everyone of how the business side of sports can sometimes clash with the ideals of health and integrity. It was a moment that, whether fair or not, touched on the complex line players have to walk, keeping their focus on the game while dealing with the impact of sponsors and public perception. Järryd's journey through the world of professional tennis is a story filled with hard work, determination, and incredible achievements. He turned pro in 1980, diving headfirst into the competitive tennis circuit. Just a year into his career, he earned his first tour doubles title in Linz, Austria. It was a sign of things to come. Linz became a special place for him, as he also won his first singles title there in 1982, a major milestone that marked him as a player to watch. Järryd's star kept rising, and in 1983 he hit a big career highlight. Teaming up with his fellow Swede Hans Simonsen, he won his first Grand Slam doubles title at the French Open. This victory was a huge moment. It put him on the map in the tennis world, especially among doubles players. Winning a Grand Slam is every tennis player's dream, and Järryd had achieved it early in his career. Then came 1984, which was a fantastic year for him. He won 2 singles titles and 4 doubles titles, proving his versatility and skill in both singles and doubles play. Järryd even made it to the men's doubles final at the US Open, this time partnering with another talented Swede, Stefan Edberg. Although they didn't take home the trophy, it was clear that Järryd was becoming a force in doubles. But 1985 was a year that really stood out for Järryd in singles. He made an incredible run at Wimbledon, the most prestigious tournament in tennis, reaching the semifinals. Along the way, he defeated players like Claudio Pinatta, Scott Davis, Vincent van Patten, Danny Visser, and Heinz Gunthardt. In the semifinals, he faced a young Boris Becker, who would go on to become a tennis legend. It was a tough battle, but Järryd ultimately fell to Becker in 4 sets. Despite the loss, this run at Wimbledon was the best singles performance of his career, and it helped him reach his career-high singles ranking of world number 5 in July of that year. Then in August, he achieved another career peak by reaching the world number 1 ranking in doubles. A truly remarkable feat to be among the very best in both singles and doubles. Järryd kept pushing forward. At the French Open and US Open that same year, he advanced to career-best finishes in both, reaching the 4th round at the French and the quarterfinals at the US Open. His success wasn't limited to singles either. In 1986, he defeated Boris Becker in the final to win the prestigious WCT finals. In doubles, he continued to shine, reaching the men's doubles final at the French Open with Edberg. Then came 1987, which was a dream year in doubles for Järryd. He won 3 out of the 4 Grand Slam Slam men's doubles titles that year, completing an incredible season. He claimed the Australian Open with Edberg, won the French Open with Robert Seguso, and then captured the US Open title once again with Edberg. These victories cemented his reputation as one of the greatest doubles players in the game. That same year, he was also a key member of the Swedish Davis Cup team, which won the title. In the final against India, Järryd won both of his singles matches, helping Sweden secure a dominant 5-0 victory. The Davis Cup win was another major accomplishment, and Järryd's role in the team's success was significant. He would go on to play for the Swedish Davis Cup team in several more finals, finishing as runners-up in 1986, 1988, and 1989. In 1988, Järryd teamed up with Australian John Fitzgerald, and together they reached the men's doubles finals at both the French Open and Wimbledon. That year was also memorable for Järryd because he represented Sweden at the Olympic Games in Seoul, where he partnered with Edberg and won a bronze medal in men's doubles. It was a proud moment for him to win an Olympic medal and represent his country on such a big stage. That same year, he was part of the Swedish team that won the World Team Cup, further adding to his impressive list of team accomplishments. Järryd's partnership with Fitzgerald continued to flourish. In 1989, they won the men's doubles title at Wimbledon. This win was extra special for Järryd because it completed his career set of Grand Slam men's doubles titles. He had now won all 4 of the major tournaments. Not many players achieve this career Grand Slam, so it was a huge achievement that highlighted his skill and consistency over the years. The early 90s saw Järryd continue to rack up doubles titles. In 1991, he and Fitzgerald won 3 of the 4 Grand Slam men's doubles titles, the French Open, Wimbledon, and the US Open. These victories were the last Grand Slam titles of his career, but they further solidified his place in doubles history. Järryd reached his final Grand Slam doubles final in 1993 at the Australian Open, once again with Fitzgerald. Throughout his career, Järryd won a total of 8 singles titles and an astonishing 58 tour doubles titles. His last singles title came in 1993 at Rotterdam, while his final doubles title came in 1995 in St. Petersburg. After a long and successful career, he retired from the professional tour in 1996. Järryd's career is remembered for its balance of excellence in both singles and doubles. Reaching world number 5 in singles and world number 1 in doubles is a rare accomplishment, showing his versatility and skill. He was a player who could shine alone on the court, but he was equally remarkable when working with a partner. His Grand Slam titles, Davis Cup victories, Olympic medal, and team accomplishments make him one of the most celebrated doubles players of his generation. Järryd's legacy is one of dedication, talent, and a lasting impact on the sport he loved. His career reminds us that tennis is not just about the individual. Sometimes it's about teamwork, perseverance, and the bonds formed along the way. Well, that has brought us to the end of today's video. Make sure to subscribe to Tennis Court Icons for more such videos.